Hey guys, Lacey Pruitt here. Let's get started with a 15-minute add-on. Grab your weights. If you don't have weights, soup cans or water bottles can work just as well, or no weights at all. We're going to start in chair position with some press-ups. So squat down into chair, press up, press through your heels, lift the weights all the way above your head. Keep going, do several reps, and then sit down in your chair and pulse it out. Really squeeze your quads together. Hold your weights right above your head or right at your face. And then lower the weights down to the ground. Lift up into chair. Down to the ground, up into chair. Down to the ground, up into chair. Do a few of those and then sit in a squat with your weights right in front of your face. Lift everything up, both weights and your right knee. Send it back. Lift both weights up and your right knee. Send your right leg back. Lift both the weights above your head. Your knees out in front of you. Send your right knee back. Do a few reps of these. Let it burn. If you want to kick out in front of you, you can too. It's a balance challenge, but eventually find your way to stillness with your right leg behind you. Pulse it out. Weights come to your hips. When you're done, curtsy squat to either side. Lift your weights up to your chin. Keep everything nice and tight, close to your body. Curtsy it out, a few reps on either side. And then let's do that whole routine on your other side. So when you're ready, lift your left knee and lift your weights above your head. Send your left leg and your weights to the back. Pivot back, weights above your head. Left knee lifts. Send everything back. You're an expert now. Keep going. The more reps you do, the more burn you're going to feel, depending on the time that you have. Make it challenging. Here in this video, we're going to do a condensed version. And then hold your left leg to the back. Lift your weights to either side. They're right next to your hips. Keep them high. Transition back to the floor. Forward fold. Come into downward facing dog. You can grab onto your weights. Now pivot to the front, shoulders over wrists. Lift up on your tippy toes, curve your spine. Reset to high plank, send your hips back to downward facing dog. Do a few reps of those before staying in high plank. And now cross your ankles over each, one over the other, either side. Just as pictured. Working the abs, working the obliques. Soften your shoulders. Keep your hips low. When you've had enough, come back to downward facing dog. Lift that right foot to the sky. Maybe bend your knee if you want a little bit more of a hip flexor stretch. Find as much height as you can and then swing your leg through. Hold your knee up to your chest. Send it back. Bring your knee to your right elbow. Send it back. Cross your right knee over to your left elbow. Send it back really high. Bring your foot all the way through. Rise up to crescent. Your right leg's in front of you. Here in crescent with your weights, we can do bicep curls. You can just hold them out in front of you. You can serve up biceps. That's extending the weights out from your body, not too much, just a little bit to get that bicep strength going. Now transition to Warrior 2. Warrior 2 with weights allows you to do overhead presses. Reach up, reach down. When you're done, lean to either side. Skaters with your weights, you're holding your weights in front of your chest. Lean to either side, send your hips back. Come back to crescent, high push-up, low push-up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Now we get to do all of that on the other side, but real quick transition to a high plank. Let's get those obliques, abs workout going. Crisscross your ankles, one over the other. Keep your upper body steady. Downward facing dog. Lift that left foot to the sky. Maybe bend your knee, get a little hip flexor stretch. Reach up, bring that knee into your chest, hold. Send it back up to the sky. Bring that left knee to your left elbow. Hold, send it back up. Bring that left knee over to the right elbow, doing a little twist. Send it back up. Bring that foot all the way through. Rise up to crescent pose. Your left leg's in front. Bring the weights up, get the bicep curls in, or if you just want to hold them out in front of you, slight bend in the elbow. Burn out the biceps, then pivot around to warrior two, legs. Extend your arms into goalpost arms, press it up. Do as many as you want, as many as you have time for. Really squeeze when you go up and go down. Now lean over to either side, skaters, with your weights right in front of you by your chest. When you've had enough, come back to crescent pose, lower down, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Hop up to your hands, bring your weights with you. Let's come into chair. Find your best chair here. Also known as fierce pose. You can do little squats down, little pulses, or you can just have an isometric hold in chair. Twist to the right, bring your weights close to your chest, keep them close, twist to the left. You want to keep your weights close to your body. And then maybe send your weights to the back. Maybe get a tricep workout real quick. You can pulse them to the back. Your weights are staying really close to your hips, close to your body. Little pulses. Send the weights down to your mat. Now hold on to the weights on the number side. Lift your right foot to the sky. Squeeze into Shiva squat and extend it back. So your right knee is going behind your left knee. Squeezing down, pressing back up. Do a few reps of them. Reset. Send your left leg to the sky. Squeeze into Shiva squat. Extend. Squat down. Extend. Go as low as you can in that squat. And then reach up as high as you can in your extension. And when you're done with the reps that you want to do, come back to chair with your weights. Extend your right leg to the back. Bring your right knee in. Reverse eagle. Cross your right foot over eagle. So this is a play on the eagle pose in yoga. You're going to reverse eagle all the way over to eagle pose. Do as many reps as you can. It's a balanced challenge though, so go at your own pace, but you're also squeezing down. Stay in reverse eagle and just pulse it out. When you've had enough, send your right leg out to the side, squat, left leg out, squat, right leg out, squat, left leg out, squat. I do this to shake out the muscles so we can get back into the balance work. When you're ready, send your left leg to the back, reverse eagle, cross your left leg around, eagle, reverse eagle, regular eagle, reverse. Focus on something not moving in front of you. It works if it's not moving. Do as many reps as you see fit for today. When you're done, reverse eagle, hold, press down, using your entire glute. You're holding the weights close to your chest, and release when you're ready. Let's come into a wide straddle. Extend both of your arms out as you lean to either side in skater position with the weights held out to the side. Now when you're holding your weights out, it may not look like it in my video, but you want to keep a slight bend in your elbow. That'll keep all of the tension out of your tendons and your ligaments, and it'll keep it into your muscles where you want to be working. Lean left and right as much as you want, lifting up the weights as you see fit. It's your challenge. When you're done, Pivot around, high push-up, low push-up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Reset a little bit, grab some new air, new oxygen. When you're ready, bring your right foot in front of you into pigeon. Let's get a little bit of a glute stretch. We worked our glutes pretty aggressively there for a while, so let's get in that pigeon stretch. Feels so good. Maybe give yourself a little smile. Pivot yourself around into seated position facing the front. We're going to come into boat, get a little bit of an ab workout here. You can hold your boat steady. You can extend your legs up high. You can also anchor your legs or maybe one foot as you twist side to side with your weights. Go where you want to go today. If you're twisting, you're going to bring in your obliques. If you're doing an isometric hold, you're just going to work on that six-pack of abs. Squeeze in everything. You can lift your feet up if you want. You can keep them grounded on your mat. That's up to you. See what's possible. Engage your core. Maybe lift your weights up a little bit where your elbows are 90 degrees and your weights are right in front of your face. Squeezing into them, getting that upper body workout while we're exhausting your abs. Make it fun. It's hard work, but we can have some fun too. Do as many reps as you want. And when you're ready, roll all the way down to your mat. Send your feet up to the sky. Flex your feet. Press your heel toward the ceiling. Keep a slight bend in your knee. And when you're ready, bring those weights out to the side and back together. Working your chest. Out to the side, back together. And then transition with your weights out in front of you, reaching up to your feet. A little bit of a different take on the cruncher. Do as many as you'd like. You can do a combo of both of those moves, chest flies, and then just crunchers with your weights. If the weights ever get too challenging, just drop them. Nobody's looking. It's still good work with or without the weights. Burn out your muscle. And when you're ready, do some punch outs with your weights. Just lift up, pressing your hand with the weight to the opposite shin of the opposite ankle. So right hand and weight is going to go to the left shin ankle. Left hand and weight over to the right. Working the obliques, working the everything. This is a total body workout. So effective in such a short amount of time too. So working the transverse abdominals, when you're ready, send your weights above your head, hold them tightly, lift your hips up off the ground. Just little hops. Your hips may not move more than half an inch or an inch, but you're still working the transverse abdominals. That's the lower ab portion of your entire trunk, your core. Settle into your mat, and when you're ready, let's move into bridges. Press through your heels and your hands, lift your hips up. If you want to do a little of an extension, maybe you want to lift up on your tippy toes, get some more height. Keep your hips high. Maybe grab your hands underneath your glutes. Open up your shoulders, or just plant them on the mat. You can lift and lower to hover if you want, or you can just keep everything lifted in bridge. Stretching out your front body, stretching out your core. If you have wheel in your practice, go ahead, flip your palms around, press up with your palms and your feet into full wheel. Back bending keeps us young, so anytime you can practice bridge or wheel, take advantage of it. Stay young. Come back and see me soon. When you're done with wheel or bridge, squeeze in, bring your knees to your chest, give yourself a little hug. See you next time.